President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has received with deep sorrow the news of the tragic passing of Ms. Sommie Maduagwu, a brilliant news anchor with a Rise News channel, who was killed during an attack by armed robbers at her residence in Katampe, Abuja. President Tinubu extended his heartfelt condolences to the family of Ms. Maduagwu, the management and staff of Rise News, and the entire Nigerian media fraternity over this painful loss. President Tinubu says Ms. Maduagwu was a promising professional journalist whose life was cut short in a cruel and condemnable manner. Tinubu charges security and law enforcement agencies to conduct a quick and thorough investigation into the incident and ensure that the perpetrators are apprehended and brought to justice without delay. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, have also mourned the death of Somtochukwu Maduagwu. The First Lady described the deceased as one of the nation's young and brilliant minds in the journalism profession, adding that it was painful to see her life cut short in her prime. While condoling with the chairman of Rise News Media, Chief Nduka Obaigbena, Somtochukwu's family, friends, colleagues and loved ones, the First Lady expressed hope that the perpetrators are apprehended as soon as possible and brought to book. The Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike prayed for the repose of the soul of Somtochukwu, assuring that the police will unravel the circumstances surrounding her death and bring those responsible to justice. He said the death of Somtochukwu was not only a loss to the Rise News family, but to the Nigerian media and the entire nation as a whole. Meanwhile, Senator Ireti Kingibe, the Commissioner of Police Federal Capital Territory, CP Ajao Adewale, and representative of the Nasarawa State Governor, Adara Ibrahim, paid a condolence visit to the Rise News office in Abuja, describing Somtochukwu as a young woman of remarkable talent, dedication and promise, while assuring that the FCT Police Command remains fully committed to ensuring that justice is served. The Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, expressed profound sadness and a deep sense of loss over the heartbreaking news of Ms. Maduagwu, describing her as a distinguished daughter of Anambra State. The Kogi State government, in a condolence message signed by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Fanwo, the government described the late journalist as a consummate professional who carried out her duties with passion, brilliance, and a deep sense of responsibility. Fanwo added that her memory will continue to inspire courage, patriotism, and excellence in the noble profession of journalism. The Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago, in a condolence message through his Chief Press Secretary Bologi Ibrahim, the governor described her death as an act of man's wickedness to man. He observes how the needless and senseless act of some human beings has cut short the life of a young, vibrant and promising journalist at her prime. Also, Ogun State Governor Prince Dakpo Abiodun has described the killing of a Rise News anchor Somtochukwu as a most horrendous event that must be quickly unraveled in the interests of justice. From Akwa Ibom State, Governor Umar Basi Eno, in a condolence message addressed to the chairman of Arise Media Group, Prince Nduka Obaigbena, and released by his Chief Press Secretary Kirite Udo, Governor Eno described Sommie as a brilliant, dedicated and promising journalist whose eloquence, professionalism and passion greatly enriched news anchorage and inspired countless viewers across the country. Governor Eno further stressed the fact that the safety of journalists who play such a vital role in strengthening democracy and social actors must remain sacrosanct. The Governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, has also expressed sadness over the death of Ms. Somtochukwu, calling on security agents to dig deep and ensure that the perpetrators of the heinous crime are unmasked, brought to justice and made to pay for their action. Delta State Governor has described the brutal killing of a Rise News journalist, Ms. Somtochukwu Maduagwu, calling on security agencies to intensify investigations. The governor urged them to leave no stone unturned in tracking down the perpetrators and bringing them to justice. The Obidient movement says it strongly condemns the senseless killing of 29-year-old barrister Somtochukwu Maduagwu, saying the tragic event underscores the gross insecurity and brutal violence plaguing Nigeria, which has claimed too many innocent lives, as incidents like this further highlights the urgent need for collective action against the rising wave of violent crimes, kidnappings and armed robberies that have devastated families, communities and Nigeria as a whole, while calling on the authorities to thoroughly investigate Somtochukwu's murder and bring the perpetrators to book, ensuring they face the full weight of the law. The management of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission also commiserates with Arise News in a condolence letter personally signed by the Commission Chief Executive Gbenga Komolafe. The oil regulator prayed that God Almighty grants her family, colleagues and the entire Arise News team the strength to bear the tragic loss. The Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, in a message said, "I am so sorry to hear about the senseless murder of your dear colleague. My thoughts and the thoughts of all of my team at the embassy are with you and your colleagues today. At times like this, there is a traditional expression that we give. May her memory be a blessing, and may her family and all her friends know no more sorrow." The National Human Rights Commission, while on a condolence visit to the Arise office, said, "The tragic event underscores the gross insecurity and brutal violence plaguing the country and has continued to claim many innocent lives while condemning the killing." A message from Dr. Adesina, former president of Africa Development Bank, reads, "I am saddened by the tragic passing of Arise News anchor. Please accept my condolences." The Nigerian Guild of Editors also says it is saddened by the death of Sommie, that the loss of this dedicated journalist from armed robbery incident is a stark reminder of the dangers Nigerians face daily in their homes and on the street. Earlier, the Commissioner of Police had ordered a discreet and comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident. Condolences have also been received in letters from various personalities and groups, including the Chairman, Channels Television, John Momo, the Federal and Consumer Protection Commission, Action Aid, National Broadcasting Commission, Office of the Governor, Government of Nasarawa State, National Human Rights Commission, and Pan Niger Delta Forum. Ihotu Odo, Arise News.